And we're good. Welcome to the Coach Cameron Podcast, episode 743. I'm banned from YouTube. Yay. A soccer dad punches a kid. Jack and Jet battle. And Keetley's in studio. But first, we have a sponsor. Looking to boost your business leads and sales with expert marketing automation? BotsGuy.com has you covered. They specialize in automating social media, email, SMS, and website tasks so you can focus on growth. Say goodbye to manual tasks and hello to increase efficiency, customer engagement, and revenue growth. Check out BotsGuy.com. Now, to learn more, I got banned from YouTube, and so we're not on YouTube. We're on Facebook Live and Twitter. I'm banned for 2 weeks. This is the second time. Well, I'm not banned, but I'm working on that. I'm on my second strike, so I'm just in timeout for 2 weeks, and that's awesome. So I got this email. Jack, do you have that email?
Yeah.
So it says YouTube removed your content. So it says, "Hi, Coach Cameron, Soccer Podcast. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our violent or graphic content policy. We've removed the following content from YouTube. Watch out for this one." So they go on saying, "Wow, we know this is disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all of us, you, me, and everybody. So YouTube is now safer because I'm not on there. Comment. Let me know. Do you want to see the video? Let us know. You don't even have a choice. Absolutely. We're going to show you the video shortly, in a second, I think. So the email continues and says this: how this affects your channel. Your channel is now has 2 strikes, both violent content by me. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, live stream for 2 weeks. That's why we're on Facebook Live, Twitter, and working on Rumble. We'll talk about that in a second. What to do next? We want to help you stay on YouTube. So please make sure you follow the guidelines. Review your content with our policy in mind. Just always be thinking about YouTube and safety. And we understand strikes will, it says understand that this strike will expire in 90 days. And that deleting the content will not remove the strike. Ooh. Remember, if your channel has been restricted for using YouTube features, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Anyways, like this on Facebook. Hit the thumbs up a bunch right now. And we're going to show you the YouTube video. All right, let's just take a look. This is what's violent. So, hey, put the children away. Play it, Jack.
Wait a minute. What is this? Are you kidding? Play more by Mackin.
That was legit. So we'll be playing that repeatedly through this whole podcast because that's how we roll here. So I appealed it. And I said, no, this is not violent. This is beautiful. And this is their response. Hi, Coach Cameron Soccer Podcast. We've reviewed your appeal on the following. Watch out for this one. We reviewed your content carefully, and we confirmed that it violates our violent or graphic content policy. We know this probably disappoints you, but it's our job to make sure YouTube is a safe place for all. So that's awesome. So my appeal got denied. I'm on my second strike. One more strike, and I'm banned from YouTube permanently. And I'll be back on YouTube next Sunday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, to see if I can get my third strike. My goal is to get removed. Having said that, I need you guys all do me a favor. I need you guys to get rumble.com. Go to rumble.com and get an account there and find me. It's easy to find. Just go look for Coach Cameron or Coach Cameron Soccer, but I actually have the name Coach Cameron. So it's rumble.com/Coach Cameron. Go there. You can see El Rojo's. You can see his videos, his highlight videos. It has like 100+ views on Rumble. I only have one person that's following me. And yeah, I need 5 followers in order for me to live stream from Rumble, because I want to live stream every Sunday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and do it on Rumble. And YouTube. I want to do YouTube too, because the goal is, can I get banned? Comment. Let me know. Do you think I can pull the ban off by getting my third strike in 90 days? I'm going to try. I'm gonna do what I can to get off the channel effectively by getting removed. El Rojo is with us. What's up, El Rojo?
What's up?
So Jack, you're now playing for CCV.
Yes, I am.
And you're gonna be playing in Denver. Denver coming up.
Yes.
What's going on there?
We have like nationals or regionals, one of those.
Okay, one of those. I think it's nationals. Yeah, and we're going to Bainbridge pretty soon. So we leave next week.
Yes, we do.
So Bainbridge is beautiful, so beautiful. El Rojo actually did a skit for us. What's the skit called?
Soccer Away El Rojo Final.
Yeah, let's play that video. This is beautiful. Don't cry. Have you seen this?
Oh,
Well
no.
done! Well done! Wilson! Wilson! I'm sorry!
That's awesome.
That that was
That's great.
that's a tearjerker. El Rojo, good job saving the ball. You excited about going back?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to run you like a lot, so when you go to
Yeah.
nationals, you're fit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Yeah. And Keetley, welcome back to the show. How many times have you been on my podcast?
When I was in high school, or not high school, when I coached with you in high school a ton. I haven't been back since nationals 2021.
We used to do the Millennium Recap.
Yeah.
That was
fun.
2019. Was
it?
when we did a series of them. We did a Millennium Report.
Yeah, it was the year that we went championship.
Yeah, we won.
We had all those fun ones in a row.
We won region. We won the Arizona Showcase. We won the. What was that?
What was
other-
that classic? Coyote Classic?
No.
it wasn't Centennial. Verdi? No.
It was right down the road.
I can Copper Canyon? Copper Sky?
Something.
Copper
We
Sky.
won a tournament. We won that tournament too. It was like back-to-back weeks. And then we ended up going to the state final and losing to Campo Verde 1-0. So
Yep.
it was a fun year. That was
Very fun year.
one of the most memorable years of coaching for me.
Me too.
Um,
Kiana was a freshman. Or
Oh,
senior,
yeah.
I mean, Kiana, Megan, Aaliyah.
yeah, so
All
Kiana,
of those
she's
gals.
playing at San Jose State. She won a national title
Yeah.
at Phoenix College with you.
Yeah.
And then Megan Kirker just played in the Neon League. And we're not allowed to talk about that too much because that's like a reality show and it's
Yeah.
going to come out soon, hopefully by
Hopefully.
ESPN.
That'll be awesome.
I don't know. She's on a reality show. And yeah. And who else was on that team? We had a lot.
I'm trying to think. Mia Figueroa was a freshman.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Mia was a freshman.
Yeah. We had a
That
lot
team
of
was
good players.
stacked. That team was stacked.
That was fun.
Was Dakota? No, Dakota
No.
graduated the year before.
Yeah, before the transformation.
Yeah,
It was
that's
sad.
right. That's right.
Anyways, so we already played the YouTube. I've been banned. So I, for the ones that are just joining us, I'm banned from YouTube for 2 weeks. So we're going to show you that video once again. Play it, Jack.
I'll do it.
Oh,
Sergio
wait a
Ramos.
minute. What is this? Are you kidding? Play more by
And that's why I'm banned, because that content is dangerous. So dangerous that we're going to show you another dangerous video. We're going to talk about everything about Keetley shortly. But a soccer dad punches a kid from behind. Show that one, Jack.
All ball first.
Oh, yeah, my bad. This is our segment of all ball.
Working right now.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, come
Hold
on,
I'll
Jack.
get it. No, I can't get it.
No, you can't have it highlighted. Hold on, we're going to get this
It's
right.
not highlighted. Look.
Where?
I'm going to try it right now.
Where?
See?
Stop that.
What do you want me to do then?
Grab it. You can do it.
I'll grab it right
You
now.
got it, El Rojo.
Oh my
You
gosh.
got it.
I think it's just this.
Can you
one.
put
Hold on.
any videos in? Oh no. So the sucker punch is coming soon. Jack's having big time issues. It's sad. Oh my gosh. Don't
Jackie
just
boy.
pull it
Jackie
all
boy.
away. You can do
I'll
it.
try.
There.
Oh, yes,
Jeez.
okay.
All right, that's our all ball intro. So, anyways, his dad's gonna punch his kid in the back of the head. I'm hopeful the video will go in.
What is happening?
Don't
You can do
stress,
it.
don't
Stop moving the
stress.
cursor.
Boom.
Yeah, he runs up the guy in the red. He hits number 14 Hector. Ooh, that's one of their parents.
You got hella smooth, bro.
Wow.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
When you got punched.
I was
Oh,
about to
yeah.
say that.
I was going to say, when Dave
I
got
for-
punched in the back of the head.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can find that on YouTube.
That was bad.
That's not banned. So I got punched in the back of the head at the
It's in
Phoenix.
Tucson, right?
Yeah, in Tucson, Phoenix College versus Pima in the
Yeah.
championship game. A dad wearing blue, Dodgers outfit.
Yep.
Yeah, he came and punched me. But that has, I think, 30,000 views on YouTube.
I probably watched it 100 times of those 30,000.
Yeah, so you can watch me get my head get smacked. But that's available, but my content's not available. Thanks a lot, YouTube. God, though, I still don't understand why I got banned. Anyways, having said that, follow me on rumble.com. Go to rumble.com, become a player in there, and find me, Coach Cameron, and follow me so I can live stream from there because I only have one follower. It's a work in progress. So yeah, that's it. As far as that, we'll do a Jack and Jet battle shortly. But Keetley, so yeah, Keetley's started coaching at Phoenix College, then Millennium,
Yep.
then Ottawa. Got a job at FIU in Florida, but
Yep.
then the coach got fired, so she didn't even get there. Almost got there. And when was that? That was right
That was
before
during
COVID.
No,
Oh,
it
it
was during COVID. I interviewed during COVID. It was 2020.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
And then they fired her.
And then they fired her.
Oh, well, and then stayed with us another year at Millennium.
Yeah, they stayed with you guys. I stayed with Ottawa for another year. That's when I went to Phoenix. Was in the spring, so that's when COVID pushed us, and ended up at Yavapai right after that.
Yeah, and now you're full time at Yavapai with
Yep.
Rosie,
Yep,
who I love.
she's amazing.
She doesn't love me. She's still
She
not my
loves you. She
Facebook
loves
friend.
you. She's not my Facebook friend either.
What?
She's not on Facebook.
Rosie.
It's just- I know.
Let us be your friend. Let us be your
She's
friend.
too cool for us.
She is too cool. But okay, so you're at Yavapai. That's my enemy. As a kid, we battled the Rough Riders.
You know, so we were in a department meeting a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about different things, and I talked about how it was my sophomore, so it's 2014, that we were up at Yavapai playing in semis, and Sergio gets hurt in the box, Yapping takes it, boom, goal, and we all jumped the fence. Yavapai at Ken Lindley.
You were talking about this in a staff meeting?
I was talking about this in the staff
Oh my
meeting.
gosh.
Because I was talking about how great this conference is. You know,
Yeah.
I played in it, coached in it, and I was like, if that ever happened to me as a coach at Yavapai, I'll lose my mind.
Oh my gosh. So for the ones that don't know, that Yavapai is an historic program on the men's side. It's been around forever, 7 national titles. Mike Pantaleone, the winningest soccer coach in U.S. history, at the NJCAA
Legend.
level, big time legend. And we, in 2013, we won conference, and we were playing Yavapai in the final, and we were better, but we had like 4 starters out. We ended up losing penalty kicks. We lost. We were better.
Crazy game.
2014, Yavapai is way better. And, well, not way better, but they're better. Undefeated, number 1 in the country, hosting nationals. And we went up there and smacked them in the face and won.
In overtime.
In overtime. Oh, my gosh.
We hopped the fence. I remember all of us on Ken Lindley. We were losing it. And I was like, if that ever happens to us.
What was amazing about
Crazy.
it was, like, we can never take out Yavapai. It was just like when it mattered, could never do it. And I remember we're up 1-0, or we're up 1, and they took the goal away.
Yeah.
We scored again to make it 1-0 with under 2 minutes left. Yavapai scores it.
Yavapai scores.
and all the guys heads are down. You just can't beat this team. They always find a way to win. And I gave like one of the best speeches I've ever given. I don't even know what I said. Basically, I said, I was just like, and I felt it too. I said, I promise you, we're going to win this game. Yep. I guarantee it. I'll quit. I said something crazy like, I'll quit coaching if we don't. I'm so glad. I said like, I'm so glad they scored because I want to take their hearts away twice.
You did.
And then we scored right away in overtime.
It was awesome.
Man, it was amazing.
Well, those poor boys probably had flashbacks from 2013 because y'all were winning in 13 too. And I think there's 30 seconds left and they scored and tied it up, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was devastating.
So
that was at Rose Mofford.
Yeah. So our non-Arizona fans, when we played Yavapai back in the day, it was like our whole stadium's full. Yeah. You know, we played Yavapai in front of 3,900 fans. I mean, that's kind of all we can hold. But yeah, it was crazy. But after we beat them, then we beat them 3 years consecutively in the playoffs at their place, and it was just like it's not a problem. It's a craziest thing. Once you accomplish something, it's like okay, next.
They bought in.
Yeah, it was nuts. What a cool rivalry we had, and hopefully, I hear rumors Mike Palio might be coming back. Come back, Mike. I need you back in this conference. Elevate it. That's what we need. But Keetley.
But Dave.
Yeah, we're getting text. What's this say? Dave, can we borrow the gym? No. The answer is no, Alex. Can we borrow the gym? No.
Can we borrow the gym?
No. It's basketball has it. Anyways, I love people that text me during my podcast, meaning they're not watching. So it's definitely a no. Keetley, all right, so you've coached all over the place.
Right.
I really want to talk about, kind of your experience in it. So how did it kind of start when you first you're like an assistant coach, like you're still an assistant coach.
Right.
Everywhere you go other than club, which, you're not doing much anymore of that because you're a full-time college. But tell me a little bit about your experience of being a young coach, trying to get your feet wet into the coaching world that's dominated heavily by men.
Chris Sagar really threw me into the fire with that one. So when I first started coaching, it was in 2017. I was 21, never coached before. And Chris calls me the Sunday before preseason starts. And you might remember this, but Chris goes, "Hey, how you doing? Are you excited for tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is awesome." And he goes, "Awesome. I'm on my way to Trinidad. You're on your own." I went, "What?" And I ran the first couple of weeks of preseason all by myself. I think you were there with me. Paul Allen ran the weight room. But other than that, I was by myself with those girls, and it was wild, but it was a ton of fun. As far as in a male-dominated sport as we are, I really haven't had that many problems recently. I know when I was a younger coach, there was more of an issue of like just inappropriate, right? I was young, I was fun, I was super passionate about the sport, outgoing, and that would almost take like an inappropriate turn with certain coaches. And I'm going to right. I'm going to say,
so what do you mean by that? Like when you're interacting with coaches of clubs or colleagues?
Not colleagues. I would never say colleagues. I've never had that issue with like any of the Arizona coaches. It'd be more this is going to be kind of disrespectful, but it's like the lower level coaches, club and college. Kind of the ones that just didn't care really about their image or their sport. Like they're super egotistical. And like that was
maybe like ID camps and stuff where you're like networking.
Anytime I was networking. So anytime we were at the bars networking or, the social functions right after tournaments, like it would turn to that and you'd be like,
no, I'm here to network. That's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to meet people and help, network so you can help each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, out here, I have not had that issue. And honestly, every single job I've gotten besides Yavapai has been thankfully because of male coaches that have taken the steps to believe in me and have taken me under their wing, like you, Skelly Keller, Mario Felix, who was with Westmont for a little bit. And he's the one that actually got me the FIU job.
Oh, wow.
And then you're the reason that I got Ottawa with Skelly. And then I don't know if you remember that, but you took me to Paradise Valley. We were watching Paradise Valley play Chandler Gilbert, and this was in 17 when we were undefeated. We were going to play the winner of that in semis, and we sat next to Don Keller. And I talked to Don the whole entire time. We went to the championship. I saw Don in the stands, gave him a wave, said, "What up, man?" I met Skelly at that tournament that we can't figure out what it was.
Oh,
Copper
yeah,
something.
I don't know.
But you remember
they stopped doing it, but I
Yeah.
remember
You
it was
remember-
up at that high school.
Yeah, and so Skelly walked up at that high school, and I remember looking at him and be like, "Hi."
Oh, Alex is watching. Thanks, Alex. And the gym's not available. Basketball
dang it.
uses it. So I'm sorry.
We lost our gym because of basketball too.
Yeah, basketball.
Basketball.
There's too many gyms. So you went to Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
You got your you're able to graduate school there.
Yep.
So you're able to get your master's. Where'd you play? You played at Phoenix College,
So,
and
yep.
then you transferred where?
So 2 years here at Phoenix College, and then 2 years at an NAIA in Kansas called Southwestern. It's in Winfield, Kansas.
How was that?
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, we were average. Like, we didn't make playoffs. The 2 years I was there, we didn't make playoffs, and we were all right. But I
remember. We talked about this other podcast before. I remember when you scored a goal because you were a center back, and you scored a goal. And I remember you jumped up, your knees were all the way to your chest, and you spun 180 or so. Because I almost had like tears of joy. I'm like, oh my gosh, he scored a goal.
Oh my!
It was like a corner kick or something.
Yeah, it was off a corner. My teammate hit it first. I was playing like 6 or something, and I was up there. I don't even know why I was up there in the box. But she hit the crossbar, and it came back to me, and I think I chested it and hit it, and I was so excited. I jumped 2 feet in the air. I got made fun of for like 2 weeks. Like, it was almost not worth scoring.
I wish I put
got
I wish I remembered this before that. I would have had it.
Oh, I don't know where it is. So I'm
Your
glad.
dad posts on Facebook. I could easily find it.
Oh, no.
So
I didn't go tell him to delete it.
oh,
That was horrible.
Well, if your father is watching, comment
Ooh.
with the link, and we'll play that video right here. So find it by the end of the show.
Take it easy, Dad.
It was a great video. So, getting into the whole coaching world, and you're kind of like trying to find your place. You're getting these part-time jobs. You're into club, very busy, trying to navigate your way, and you finally found a full-time home at Yavapai. And kind of tell us your experience there. You've been there now 2 years?
Going into my 3rd season.
Into your 3rd season. So tell us a little bit about Yavapai and your time there with Rosie, building a program from nothing.
Yeah. It's super cool.
Were you her first coach? Like, were you?
Yeah.
You and Rosie.
First
time?
This was kind of fun. Yeah. So Carmen Esnall. So talking about female coaches, Carmen Esnall's the reason I'm at Yavapai. Before we went to nationals, she texted me, said, "Hey, would you have any interest in talking to the Yavapai coach?" And if you would have told me when I was at Phoenix a couple years ago that I was going to be coaching at Yavapai someday, I'd have been like, no, no shot. Right.
Yeah. Well, so for the ones that don't know, Keetley won a national title here with the first national championship one for Division II, because that's when they transitioned, and that was a cool experience. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then after that, you guys went to nationals again.
I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go.
Time.
Second time you were at
Lydia was the
Yavapai.
second time.
Okay, so you win nationals, then you go to Yavapai.
Yep.
Okay.
And I had talked to Rosie right before that, and I had talked to Chris, and that was kind of the plan before we went to nationals, but got to experience that with Phoenix, which was awesome. But so Carmen texted me, it's like 6 o'clock at night. It was like, "Hey, would you have any interest in talking to the Yavapai coach?" And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Rosie called me at 8 o'clock at night, and we talked on the phone for about 2 hours. Immediately hit it off. Like, I was like, okay, I really like her. I think we're going to get along. Going into my 3rd season, we have yet to have an argument. We work really well together. She's probably one of my favorite people.
No arguments?
None. We've had one.
Okay, good.
We've had one, but it was more of a who should go in. And I said a player, and she went, "What?" And I went, "Well, you asked me."
I think arguments are good, because even in a marriage, it's not good not to have arguments. Then it means something different. So
well, we just go, we're able to talk things through. Like, and that's the thing, is she gives me, "Hey, what do you think on this?" And I'm like, "Hey, this is what I feel. This is what I think." And if she agrees, there's been times that I've given input and she's been like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." And she flies right in. And then there's times that I give input and she's like, "Okay." She does her thing at the end of the day. She doesn't treat me like this, but it's her program.
Yeah. And I was kind of related to marriage. A marriage is equal.
Right.
It's not equal. She's the
No,
head coach.
for
You're
sure.
assisting.
But I've
So-
never felt like that with her.
Okay.
Like, and I treat it like that too, because I know I'm an assistant coach, right? It's her program. At the end of the day, she's the face of it. She's the
Yeah.
one that gets good, bad. She's the one that gets shown,
Yeah.
right? But I have never felt like I'm the assistant coach. Like, I've always felt like it's been very equal between her and I, and she treats me like that.
And as an assistant, your job is to support
Absolutely,
and elevate
For sure.
the head coach, because her success is your success.
for sure.
Tell me a little bit about Rosie. So Rosie won't be Facebook friends with me. I like Rosie. I think. Oh shoot, is that better? Dang it! There we go.
I can hear you either way
You
it
good?
goes. It works.
'Cause I scream.
It works.
All right, this can be easier. I don't
Well, I'm
scream
deaf
anymore.
in one ear, so it doesn't.
Oh, that's true. I know sign language. So Rosie, she comes from California, right?
She does.
Okay.
From Sac State.
Sac State. That's where she coached there, and then she ended up taking the Yavapai job.
Yep.
I think Coach Cigar was a final candidate for that position.
He was.
Yeah.
Him and I had talked about that too. And when I had gotten this position, before I had gotten it, I haven't even interviewed yet. And I went and talked to Chris, obviously, just respect for Chris, and told him a little bit. And him and I had that good conversation about it, because Chris is an alumni from Yavapai as well, for those that don't know. So Chris was very supportive from the very beginning of that relationship.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosie, so she's been coaching for a long time.
Long time.
So she comes with a ton of experience. What have you learned working with her? And have two female coaches on the same staff.
Yeah.
That's unique.
No, it's awesome. You know what? She's amazing at culture building, and she's amazing at all aspects of relationships. And I was kind of talking about this to Skelly the other day. So, there's a lot of people that we preach culture, right? Culture, positive vibes, family, and then we don't do anything with it. And Rosie, like, the whole 2 weeks of preseason, we're together the whole entire time. We have breakfast, lunch, dinner together. We're training together. We're having fun together. Like, the first 2 years, I'm not sure what it's going to look like this year, because we lost, obviously, one of our sophomores graduated. But the first week, we always go to a cabin in Munns Park. And we're all in this tiny cabin together. There's 27 to 30 of us all together, and it's just a great time. And that's what Rosie, she doesn't only preach it, but she does it. And then it's really fun watching, like, just her coaching, because it's so different from the way you have always coached. Because, for those that don't know, I played for Dave my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life.
Oh, a segue a little bit on that.
Yeah.
So no, just finish what your thought, and let's come back to that, because your mom was crying. But let's go.
I remember that. She's going to sit here and go, I wasn't crying. But anyways, so the way Dave coaches, the way Dave trained us growing up is so different from the way Chris Agar coached us, from the way that Joe coached us to Skelly, how Skelly trains. She's very relational. So even when we do rondos, right, the center backs are with the outside backs, and the 6 might be in there as well. The 8s and the 10s are together with the wings. The wings are with the 9s. The
Right.
goalkeepers are usually with me, but if the goalkeepers are playing, they're with the center backs. And it's very methodical the way we do things, and it's building that relationship. So if I'm a center back and my outside backs are my 2 wide players in the rondo, like, I get used to them being there.
Yeah.
So I know if Samantha is my outside back, and in the rondo I see Samantha there. When I'm in a game situation, I see Samantha there, and it's just natural. And I haven't seen that from any other coach.
Yeah.
And so from a soccer perspective, she's very methodical. We'll be sitting in the office, and we have practice at 1, and it's 12:50, and I'm like, we got to go. Rosie's like, yeah, but this is, and I'm like, okay.
She thinks of.
Oh yeah, everything. She's awesome.
Yeah, that's very good. Like, for me, everything you're saying, what Rosie does, totally makes sense, and that's. I would love to be able to really pay attention to each player and how they get along and what positional and all that stuff, which you should do. But my day is like, I got to mow the lawn and water the grass and get in a fight with somebody.
Maintenance.
And paint the lines, or I'm doing everything but planning sessions.
Well, and I describe you as like creative. Like, we were always so creative with you, and you allowed that for us. Like, I remember just training and I don't remember a lot from club soccer. Like, I really don't. But I remember
You blacked
like,
it out.
Probably. But I remember doing like a lot of the moves and technical stuff, and then we'd put it into play, and then we would just play, and that was the best part about it. So we just got to play, and it was creative, and we never, I don't want to say we never got yelled at, but it was very rare.
I was a crazy person. The thing is, I know, but I don't remember as much as, the players would remember. But
I remember the funny stuff.
What, like teeth popping out or
the teeth? You know what? That actually, that's hilarious. You say that because I do remember there was one game that you were yelling at us. I don't remember what we did, and your teeth popped out, and we were all 14 years old going, like trying so hard not to laugh, but at the same time we were like,
yeah. I love how my teeth having the ability to fall out. My wife's always like, you need to get those screwed in.
No, it was so great.
And it keeps me where I'm supposed to be. It keeps
Relieved
perspective.
our tension. Relieved the tension.
Well, if I scream too much and they do pop out, that means I said too much. But if they screwed in, I would never know. So let's talk about your mother. Your mother cried horribly because I robbed
I did too.
their child, and Keetley cried. So Keetley was playing on the 95 Hammers, but she was. When's your birthday?
August 3rd.
Okay, so she has, the August birthday, which she's up in a different class. So it was a lot of your classmates.
Before they had the soccer change. Like now they're trying to do it like Europe, where it's your age,
January 1.
year, yeah. And this was August 1, so it was the school year.
So I wanted Keetley to play with the 96s, which was a better team, by the way. No offense.
A better decision. It was.
And and I had to deal with Mom and Keetley, and they're all crying and.
But I joined.
Yeah. Well, you had no choice. Either that or
I loved it.
what?
Loved it.
Anyways, it was a great decision because we would train. Shoot, when I first had the 96s, we were training 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah, it was a lot.
5 days a week, just dribbling nonstop.
Those moves.
Everything.
Reverse step over, all that, yeah.
That made me a better player. I remember just training 5 days a week. I became a completely different player. I was still pretty young, so I was like,
no, you had hair.
30, yeah. I have hair, just not here. So I made her cry. But we're gonna take a small break because we have a Jack and Jet battle. We haven't done that in a while. So, Jack, tell us a little bit about this video. What's happening here? What are you battling Jet on?
I'm battling Jet on like a skill course, and then we end up first one to hit crossbar.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Play the video.
I'll try to get first try. So, see how it happens here.
And Jack is the winner.
So, does it look like I have a delay now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Comment. Let us know. Are we delayed? That would suck. So, anyways, but our voices can be heard. That's all that matters, I guess. Can't tell. But anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe at Rumble. Rumble.com for the ones that are just joining us. I've been banned from YouTube. Second time for showing a video like this. Yeah, you got to stay on it.
No.
Oh, man.
Come on, El
Jack's
Rojo.
going to try to put this video.
There we go.
Wait a minute. What is this? Are you kidding? Claymore by Mack.
And that's why I was banned from YouTube for that video. I did protest, and they came back and said, no, to protect the people from the horrors of that video, we're banning you for 2 weeks. That's why I'm not on YouTube. So go to rumble.com, find me. I'm rumble. Just go rumble.com, search Coach Cameron. You'll find me. That's my username. And please, what is it over there? Like it and follow. I have 1 follower now. I need 5 to live stream from there, so I don't get knocked off by YouTube again. That's ridiculous. Anyways, back to Keetley's with us. So Keetley, if you could give any advice to a young female coach thinking about getting into the college game or making it a career, what advice would you give to her?
Jump in and grind. I mean, there's a high demand for female coaches, and this kind of goes back to the male-dominated question that we were just talking about. I feel like that's starting to change because there's such a high demand for female coaches, just a high demand for females on an all-female team. I mean, I don't know if you saw the news article. It was like last week, the bowling coach. Did you see that?
Oh,
it's like FCA or FSA, something like that.
Something bad happened.
Right? Something bad happened. Yeah. Male coach got with a female player.
Oh, that's right. And they won nationals.
His wife was the head coach, and his wife was the head coach. And I'm not saying that's everywhere, but you obviously want a female that can help protect that, right? Like, just that's scary. Well, and think about like the male coaches that, like, you and I have talked about this enough times at Millennium, like, never be alone with females or not. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, don't trust females, don't do that. But you never know what happens, right?
Right.
You never want to be put in a situation where that could come out. And
you don't even want the image of it.
No, right? So having a female, whether it's the assistant head coach with a team of women, is very important. And it's important for them too, just so they feel protected and they can feel heard and, you know, have someone that has that voice that's very similar to theirs. But like I said, I would just jump in and grind. It's worth it. Like I said, there's so many positions available. I was a grad assistant for a while. Before I was the grad assistant, I had to volunteer for a year. And I'm glad I did. You know, I got to sit under Skelly and Brian for a year. I got to sit under you for half a year because I was with you at Millennium. I got to coach club, and it is a grind. Like, you're working your butt off. I remember with Ottawa, it was 6 a.m. is when we trained. And then before Millennium, if we were in California half the time, we were either training, we had stuff to do in the office. As soon as high school started, I was 6 a.m. Ottawa. I was at Millennium at 1:30. And then I had 3 club teams at one point because I was the DOC.
Oh, you're on no sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I missed out on so many things, like just family stuff and how many stuff, just games too, like missing club games because I was with either you guys or I was with Ottawa, but it was worth it. And there's so many opportunities for females. There's so many opportunities, whether it's club, college, high school. You just got to go out and find them and then just dive in and accept that, hey, this might be a grind for a little bit, but at some point it's going to come. Yeah. It's going to come to you.
So it was a grind for you mainly because you weren't making enough money. You were like part-time everywhere, but you finally got a full-time job. Yavapai. I mean, you got one at FIU, but of course the coach was let go. But
I couldn't say no either. That was a big thing too.
What's that?
I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Like coaching club, like, you know, I had 2 teams. I had 2005 girls. I had 2006 girls. And they ultimately, the coaching director at the time was kind of, it was a weird situation. I'll just say it was a weird situation. And I lost my 2005s, and we ended up getting rid of that coaching director. I got asked to be the coaching director, and I should have been like, no, I'm too busy. Instead, I'm like, yeah, sure. And it ended up being a great opportunity for me, but it was little things like that I just couldn't. Like, oh no, this is too much. Or
if now that you're just doing the one job, you're not doing club, you're just doing Yavapai. How much of a difference is it from just focusing on college versus being pulled many other directions with other teams?
So huge. It's insane. Just the time that I have, and even just working with Rosie, like a head coach like Rosie. I have more time to go hang out with my family. I don't miss as many functions. You know, even with her, like, she has a son he's a freshman. He's going into his sophomore year of high school. And she'll be like, hey, you know, Roman has a game tonight. I need to leave at 2. And I'm like, dude, go do your thing. Like, go. And she drives him down to Anthem every other week. That's where he plays club. He plays at Rising in Anthem. And so she'll have to leave on Wednesday right after practice, as soon as practice is over. And I'm like, girl, go do it. Like, you have to do what you have to do. But my life has gotten, so like, not easier, but more focused.
Yeah.
More focused.
And you can spend most of your energy with the team that you have.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you touched on it a little bit about how Rosie does things.
Mm-hmm.
How important is team culture, and what do you see, especially on the female side? How much does it matter for those teams that have that team culture, and how do you develop a team culture that makes sense?
I think it's ridiculously important, and you see it with most championship teams, right? And the best I can kind of show is, like, we all watched it with women's basketball, women's college basketball with LSU, right? Did you watch any of those? Like,
definitely heard about it because of all the
with Angel Reese.
Yeah.
She's awesome. But you see, like, the culture of LSU women's basketball, and it was awesome, right? They all enjoyed each other, they all liked each other, and that's where championship teams come from. Even our Phoenix College champion, both of teams. Right, you see the culture. They loved each other. They got along. I always say winning's a byproduct of everything that you do, right? So you can't just sit here and focus on, I want to win, I want to do this. Like, it doesn't work that way. The girls, especially with women, right, they need to feel one, and this isn't all women, right? Like, I don't want to generalize it, but they need to feel like they're included in something, and they need to feel that they're important. And it doesn't matter if you're the starting goalkeeper or you're the 5th string forward. Like, you want to feel like you're included. I'm an important part of this process. And so I'd say culture is it's a huge piece of it, and it's what drives ultimately what you want out of your team.
So the 2019, when you're coaching with me at Millennium, that had to be a culture shock for you entering into that, the way we kind of led that year. And it was very different.
Very.
It was all kumbaya team building the entire season. I remember, and we had talented kids.
We did, but you're right.
I don't remember doing one tactical thing.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
No, that team was different. And you're always going to have teams that are just different from others too. Like, that 2017 team I had from Phoenix was different. And they were even different from the national championship team, but they were different in a completely weird way. And you already know, I'm not going to talk about it on here, but like, you remember that situation that happened in 17 and just how they rose above it. And they were like, you know what? This happened. It is what it is. Let's go to nationals and let's win. And we lost in semis 2-1.
Yeah.
You know, but
that was with Stephanie Barreras as a keeper.
Barreras,
she's in town.
Is she?
Yeah, she'll.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's doing goalkeeping with Carmen. I think she leaves this week.
Cool. Good for her.
But
she's amazing.
Yeah, she's at Tuzos.
Yep.
And she goes back, hoping to get on that Mexican national team.
She needs
one more
to,
time.
Man. She's a game changer.
Yeah.
She was such a game changer for us.
Do you know you played against her in club?
Did I?
Yeah. She
That
played
sucks.
she played on Sereno. Remember that tournament?
Mm-hmm.
Where we played in the Sereno tournament. It was back in this is the whole like pay to play garbage. So Sereno 96s was the top team in the state, but you couldn't get a game with them.
Right.
Because they were too good to play the Arizona teams. They're just too good. And I'm like, I want to play them.
Yep.
And they wanted us in their tournament. I'm like, we're not doing your tournament unless we get to play the 96. Oh, no, you can't play. They're playing up an age group. I'm like, no, I'm not going to your tournament. Yep. They're like, okay, fine. And they made us play back-to-back. So we had to play TSA, who hasn't lost a game. Yeah.
So dirty.
Hasn't lost a game to an Arizona team like 3 years. And so we played that, got smashed like, I think 5-0, but we ended up beating them later. And
when it mattered is when we beat them.
But then we had to play Sereno back to back.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'll take it. Just wanted the game, and we ended up losing 2-0.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad game.
But we got the game, and that's.
And that was the Stephanie Barreras, huh?
Stephanie was the goalie.
Dude, she was a game changer.
Yeah.
She changed everything in that 2017 team. And not that we were bad, but because we were good. We had Laura Figueroa. That's when, what's her name? Ellie. I should know this because her sister scored the game winner in Nationals.
Oh,
Gonzalez?
Gonzalez.
Ellie
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
She had a ton of goals. She had like 38 goals.
Dude, she went off her freshman year. She went off. She was fast.
Yeah. And now she's a nurse.
Is she?
Killing it.
That's awesome.
Making the
Go
money.
on. Go on, Ellie.
And
That team was special.
what were we? How did we even get to this point? We're talking culture.
We're talking about culture.
Yeah. Well, back to that 2019 team. So
Yes.
I remember we had talent. We just had fun. We did team building nonstop. And that was
Yeah.
the most fun group I've ever been around since.
Yeah.
And I remember going to our first game against Sunny Slope, and Sunny Slope was good.
Mhm.
They're pressuring us all over the place. And we were unbelievable. Just
Yeah.
moving the ball, boom, 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 everywhere. We did the double dummy play.
Is that the one we scored off of?
Yeah.
We scored on that,
We
right?
scored on
Yeah.
it, and we didn't work on it,
Yeah.
you know,
They were
previous year, but they were so like
You know what my
together.
You know what my favorite memory from that 2019 group was? When we played Paradise Valley.
Oh,
And I mean, we were smoking them. We were killing them. And halftime, I know coach wanted to cancel the game, and it was raining. It's just miserable for these poor girls. And I don't remember who came up to me at halftime, but I was so annoyed because the ref was, I forgot what he was doing, but they're asking me questions, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, go ahead. And all of a sudden I turn, and our team and Paradise Valley are in the middle of the field. They're in the half. They're all arms
the
all
bro
around
up.
each other. Yeah, doing a bro up.
mhm.
And they're just all talking and singing. And I remember the ref was like, all right, we got to get the game going. So we go over. We're like, girls, we have to get going. And I remember Jordan Coombs looked at me and she goes, we're not done yet. She goes, we're introducing everybody. We're not done. And I was like, we're not done. We're in the middle of a game. Okay. And like they took 5 more minutes. They introduced each other. And then we played music. Do you remember? We played music for the rest of the game. And that was before the mercy rules.
Oh yeah.
And we just played for the last 40 minutes and just had music going. And I remember them doing the YMCA on the field. And
Yeah.
Crazy.
We destroyed them, but
we did.
we did it in a way that was appropriate. We didn't do it to demean them. We were very respectful. We were kind, and we played the game the right way. You know,
Yeah.
we weren't going through players or anything
No.
like that. We were just playing the game, and very kind.
Yeah.
And we ended up scoring like 136 goals that year, and then we
Wow.
led the state in goals scored. And then next year they created the mercy rule. AIA
Ridiculous.
is garbage.
Ridiculous.
Jackson on cue, but
How dare
there you go.
Thank you.
The AIA is
Do you like my videos on Facebook? Did you see the one with your, all right, Crazy Dave now, AIA?
oh my
Did you see
gosh.
that one?
No, I saw.
That was when they put us on the East-West field.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was horrible. That was so bad.
AIA is the worst. Only because there's no one competing with